Hello tea friends, I'm Angela from Destination Tea and I'm checking in today with a shorter video just to let you know what we have been busy adding to Destination Tea's hosting section of the website. So we have a whole section that's dedicated to helping you host afternoon tea at home. And of course, during the pandemic, a lot of people have been doing more tea parties at home, doing virtual tea parties. And we thought that it would be fun to start adding some themed tea party guides. So if you go into these pages, and we'll provide the link here, you can see that we're cooking up a lot of creative ideas, not just for your menu and your tea selection, but also for favors and how to decorate your table, maybe costume ideas, games, activities, and just making it really creative for you so that you can have a lot of fun with it. Of course, everything that we're pulling together is just what we think would be fun, and you're welcome to, take what you like and leave the rest. And I'm going to talk about that in a second. So first, what I'd like to do is just show you the mechanics of this, which are very simple. Basically, it's a combination of this free document, which is called our Destination Tea's Tea Party Planner, which is free to download from our Host a Tea page. And it's meant to be printed as a front and back document, and it goes hand in hand with the Pinterest boards that we have been assembling. So each themed tea party guide will manifest as a Pinterest board. And that Pinterest board will always have the same 5 sections, and it may have a little bit of extra depending on the theme and what that theme calls for, but there will always be a scene section and then a tea selection. Then there will be the 3 courses of the menu, right? Which traditionally starts with tea sandwiches and or savories. And then if we are going to have extra courses, like we're going to recommend quiche or a salad or a soup, you would also find it in that section. And then we would have scones and spreads, which of course would be your classic clotted cream, possibly some preserves, lemon curd, different things depending again on the theme. And then finally your desserts, which are going to be small, right? Because everything is meant to be finger food, so small portions. And in some cases, yes, we will recommend you pulling out a cake dome or a cake plate and doing a full-size presentation of a dessert. And then of course you would need to have pastry forks when you set the table. So for example, in the case of, well, I should first say we're very excited because over the last couple of weeks we have launched our very first 2 themed tea party guides. The first one, naturally, is the traditional English afternoon tea, and the second one is, unsurprisingly, the Southern afternoon tea, because after all, Destination Tea is based right outside of Atlanta in Georgia. So the way that you will use these Pinterest boards is that once you have your paper printed up, you will find the sections are mirrored here on this paper to what the Pinterest board suggests, right? And so you will find choices for how you would like to set the scene. It might be fashion ideas, it might be tablescape ideas, it might be favor ideas, and you can take what you like and leave the rest. But these are just our suggestions, and we'll constantly be adding to these Pinterest boards as well, because I am sure that we're going to hear from all of our tea friends over time, and people are going to come to us and say, for example, we just recently read about a favorite recipe, a favorite dessert of the Queen's in England, and so naturally we felt the need to add that to the sweets section of the traditional English afternoon tea themed tea party guide. So then what you can do is go ahead and check off what you've got prepared, fill in your shopping list with anything that you still need to go ahead and procure, and you're all set. This is ready to slip into your purse or take with you on your shopping trip. And that's essentially how the two will work hand in hand. We've got the tea party planner, and then we've got the themed tea party guides, which are essentially Pinterest boards that have these 5 sections. What I'd like you to do when you're using our Pinterest boards is make sure that you look for that little logo for Destination Tea, our map pin, at the bottom of each pin, because it's us talking to you, where we'll explain to you the significance of this, why we added it, maybe the historical significance of it, or why it's kind of like iconic in that cuisine or in that tradition. And we've got a bunch of really cool ideas in there, because I believe that the special touches that you add to an event, for whether it's, you know, how everyone's going to dress, or how the table is set, or activities that you may have planned, or favors that you're going to give away, all those different elements make a really memorable event for your guests and for you. So some of the cool things that we have for the traditional English afternoon tea are a video to show you very simply how to make your own bunting, which is a very popular traditional British decoration used at celebrations, parades, festivities. And we certainly did see it when we were overseas and on the afternoon tea buses. So that's something very simple that you can do and string around, whether it's outside or inside, either one. It makes a much more festive feeling for your guests. We also make some recommendations about incorporating roses or the Tudor rose into your decor, and we have some great links for that explain the relationship between the rose and England and the history there. You'll find all of that in the Pinterest board called Traditional English Afternoon Tea. Let's see. We've also got some suggestions for teaware if you're feeling like splurging either on yourself and or your guests. These would be really extravagant, lovely gifts. And so there are pottery houses in England that have been making fine bone china for hundreds of years. And so we connect you to some of those. And then we've also got a really cool favor idea that is just little envelopes that you could slip little tea bags into, maybe your favorite kind of tea, maybe Fortnum and Mason, a British tea, and they say keep calm. They're based off the keep calm and carry on motif. And so what we've also included is a little bit of a backstory on how that phrase just did become so popular. I'm sure if you're a tea lover, you've seen the keep calm and drink tea slogans all over. For our Southern afternoon tea, now, you know, Destination Tea is based in Dunwoody, Georgia, right outside of Atlanta. So the majority of the tea rooms and the tea houses that we have visited have been all across the Southeast. And so we pulled from those memories, and of course, we have had so many delicious times at those afternoon teas, and we wanted to share those with you. We thought on what are some of the really traditional foods, family recipes that get passed down and repeated at afternoon tea in the South. And that's what we used for our menu, but we also always have fun with the creative side of it and making that party feel more authentic. So we have some recommendations for adding a little bit of lace, a little bit of doily to your table. We see a lot of that in the Southern tea room. Some really cool lace gloves that we found, and some tea hats. The tea hat, or this actually isn't a tea hat, this is a fascinator specifically, right? Because it's done on the headband, but we found just wonderful choices that are reasonably priced for tea hats, tea fascinators, and we've also got some information in there for like a quick 101 on arranging flowers, because again, in the Southern culture where, you know, the growing season never ends really and is so bountiful, many Southern tables are decorated with floral centerpieces. It just makes sense, right? And so we have some ideas for arranging fresh flowers for your tea table. We've also got some suggestions for tea towels on the Bless Your Heart motif. And we've got some fun games that will test your knowledge of Southern sayings and phrases. And finally, we have two kind of favor/activity ideas. You could either provide the materials. The ideas are very low mess, right? Because we're dressed up, we're dressed nicely when we come together. We're sitting at a beautiful tea table. So this would be an activity for you to do with your guests, either before tea is served or maybe afterwards as everyone is winding down from the meal, if you wanted to do that together. Or you could do them yourself. You could do these DIY projects yourself and then provide them as favors to your guests at the tea table. So one of our ideas is for a very decorative paper fan, which is reminiscent of those sweltering church services where everybody has out their cardboard fans. But this one is the deluxe version. It is very pretty, and it's not too, everything we do, we want to be very doable and low frills, and we want it to look good when it's done. But I have 4 kids. Need I say more? Okay. So moving on from there, the other idea is a no-sew monogrammed tea towel. Now, when I moved down to the South, I wasn't a mom yet. And so I stumbled into Southern mom culture and found so many things monogrammed, I wasn't sure what was going on. But that is certainly a thing down here. So we thought about some clever ways that could be done in a short time frame without having to have a lot of sewing skills or bring out a sewing machine or an iron or anything like that. And so we have some suggestions, very simple suggestions, and there's a DIY video in there for how you could assemble your own monogrammed tea towels. You could do that ahead of time for your guests, or you could do that with your guests right there at the table. And so we hope that these ideas will inspire you to create your own wonderful traditional English afternoon tea or Southern afternoon tea. And we encourage everyone to send us feedback. Do it in the comments here, send us emails. We want to know, what would you serve? What are we missing? What's a really cool idea that you would do if you were doing an afternoon tea on one of these themes or on another theme, because we have many themes in the works. Again, if you go to our Host a Tea page, you will see some of the themes that we've been dreaming up. That's all for now. Thank you for watching. As always, we appreciate your comments. Please share this video with a friend who loves afternoon tea. And we wish you a wonderful afternoon tea time in your very near future. I just wanted to check in and tell you a little bit about what we've been up to during quarantine. Do I dress like this every day during quarantine? No. Would I like to? I mean, I have to do this for my job. You guys understand.